Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Hello everyone, today I will show you how to create this banner in here. So I create some others that I will make sure to upload. You can download that in a link from the description below, along with the pasties and every shape and text I will be using, so you can customize it and use it for free. Alright, fantastic, so let's get to it. Okay, so open your Adobe Photoshop, and as you can see I still have my pasties still open, so I will just use this file because I already have the color in here. So I will just uncheck this folder in here and I will make a new one. So the first thing I will do, I will go to the rectangle tool in here and I will make sure it is rectangle, and I will make sure in here it said shape, and I will just one click because I already know the width and height I will be using. So I will choose 1300 pixels for the width, and in the height I will choose 150 pixels for the height, and I'll press OK. Now this will create this rectangle in here. Let me just put it in here. Now I will just double click to it, so I will change the color to this green and I'll press OK. Now I need to make a circle, so I will go again and I will choose the ellipse tool in here and I will just make a circle. By pressing shift I can align a perfect circle like this. Alright, and I will put it in here. Again I will just double click in here and I will choose this green, and if you want to line it perfectly with the rectangle, you can just load the selection of this rectangle by pressing Ctrl, one click, and then make sure to select the circle and make sure the selection is in here, and just put it in the center and in the center in here, and press Ctrl D to deselect. Now I will select the both of them and I will make them in a group by pressing Ctrl G. Let's call this top. Now I will double click, so I will load the layer side dialog, and I will first make a drop shadow, and I will make the opacity to 30%, and I will uncheck global light and I will make it 90. You just put 90, and the distance I will make 50 pixel, and the size I will put 32 pixel, and then I will choose the inner shadow in here and I will make sure it's normal with 100% opacity, and I uncheck use global light and I will put minus 90 angle, and the distance I will put 1 pixel with the size 0, and then I will change the color to this soft green in here and I will press OK, and I will press OK. Now we need to make this left and right in here, so I will go again to the rectangle tool and I will make sure it's shape in here. So I will just one click because I already know the measures, so I will choose 300 pixel for the width and 150 pixel for the height. Press OK. Now I will put this rectangle in here, just beneath this top group in here, and I will just move it like so, somewhere like this. Alright, now we change the color to this green in here. Press OK. Now we need to make to add a point so we can align it a little bit in here. So we go to this pen tool and I will choose add anchor point, and then I will zoom a little bit and I will just if you don't have your rulers loaded, you can press Ctrl R and put a ruler in here This will help to make it in the center. So I will just add a point in here, and I will get rid of this ruler. And then, you know, go and select pen tool, and you know where it showed the minus in here, you can just press Alt and one click, and it will delete this anchors that was in here. So I will go to this one, and I will choose direct selection tool, and I will check this and grab it. Let me undo that, and I will just delete it again, like so. And again I will go to direction selection tool, and I will just grab this by pressing Shift, like so, somewhere in here. Alright, now we need like to make a kind of shadow in here. So again, by a ruler, you can just line one in here and another one in here and another one like this, and then one in here. So now we go and choose the pen tool, and we make sure in here set shape, and you know, just try like to make a triangle. So I will add a point in here, and another one in here, and another one in here, and another one in here, and the last one in here. And I will put that in the middle in here, and I will double click, and I will change the color to this dark green, and I press OK. Now as you can see, we have a kind of shadow in here. So we just get rid of these rulers, like so, like this. Alright, now we need like to add this shadow, this white inner shadow in here. So I will just double click to the shadow again. I will just double click to load the light style dialog, and I will choose the inner shadow, and this time I will choose for the global lights, I will uncheck it first, and I will make it minus 90, and I will put 100 opacity and the blending mode to normal, and I will change the color to this soft green in here with 0 distance and 1. Let's put 1 in the distance and 0 in the size, like so, as you can see. Now we'll put a pattern overlay to it. So I will just choose these strips in here. I will upload that too, and I will change the blending mode to linear burn, as you can see, and I will press OK. So this will just pull it down a little bit, like so, using my arrow key in my keyboard. Alright, something like that. Now I will just duplicate this rectangle in here, and I will uncheck this one in here, and I will double click to this, and then I will choose a drop shadow with the 50%, and I will choose 1 in the distance with 0 size, and the global lights I will keep it, I will make it 90, like so. Let me put the opacity to 70, like this. And now I will go to the inner shadow again, and this time I will put 0, or let's put minus 180, and then I will make the blending mode to normal and 100% opacity, and I will uncheck global light, and the distance I will put 1, and the size to 0, and I will make more distance, like so, maybe 26, and then I will change the color to this green in here, as you can see, and I will press OK. It will give it this nice, I like it, so you can change it if you want. So I will go to this rectangle that we selected, in here, and I will double click to load the layer side dialog, and this time I will make sure the fill opacity set to 0, like so. And as you can see, we can see the rectangle under it. Now I will just make it like a texture, so we just go to pattern overlay, and we choose the same strip in here, and we change it to linear burn, like so, as you can see, and we press OK. So it will give it this nice texture to it. Now we just copy this 3, like so, and we duplicate it by pressing Ctrl G, and by pressing Ctrl T we can load the transform, and we just right click and we choose flip horizontal, and we drag it like so right over here, like this. Press enter. As you can see, we have this line set in here, so we can easily fix that by going to the rectangle in here, and we double click to the FX in here, and we go to the inner shadow, and then we just make this angle to 0, and we press OK. Now we have it like this. So now we need like to make another circle in here, so let me put this everything in here in a group by pressing Ctrl G. I will call this right and left. You can see. Now I will go to this file in here that we create in the beginning, and I will just duplicate the circle by pressing Ctrl G, and I will put it in top, like so, and I will resize it a little bit, like this. So you can just use this line, and I will press enter. Now I will just double click to load the layer side dialog, and I will just make the fill opacity to 0 again, and I will choose stroke, and then I will make the size set to 1, and the position to inside, and the color I will choose this green in here, and I will press OK, and OK. Now we have this nice line in here, so we just duplicate it again by pressing Ctrl G, and now I will just double click and I will set the fill opacity to 100, and I will make the stroke, let's put 20, and we'll make the color to this soft green, like so, and I will press OK, and OK. Now I will double click to it, and I will make the color this white in here, and I will resize it a little bit by pressing Ctrl T, and I will just make it smaller, somewhere like this. Alright, and press enter. Now we need like to make a star, so you can just let me fix that. You see in here we have it flip it, because there's like a globalize checked in here. As you can see, it said globalize. We'll uncheck that, and I will make it minus 180, and we press OK, and this will fix it. Now we need to make a circle, so we just go to this, and I will choose custom shape tool, and I will put these circles in the link. You can download that. So I will just use this one in here, and I will make a circle like this. We try to fit it in here. Alright, and I will double click and I will choose this green in here, and I will just double click to it, so I will make a drop shadow, and I will just uncheck use global light to make it 90, and I will just put the distance to 1 and the size to 2, and we'll just keep it like that. Maybe I will. Alright, Now we need like to make a text around in here, so I will just go to the ellipse tool again, and I will make sure in here set path like so. And I will just create a circle like this, bigger a little bit to this one in here, just a little bit. Right, something like that. And I will go to the text in here, and the text I'm using is this called Acting Vintage. I will upload that too. So I will just, when it changed its icon to like this, I will just one click and I will start typing. Like so. And then I will just double click to it, so I will change the size to something like 50 or 55 point. Press enter. And I will make it smaller, maybe 50. Alright, as you can see. Now I will just duplicate it by pressing Ctrl G, and I will just press Ctrl T, so I will rotate it like so. Ctrl T. And I will put it in here. Alright, press enter. Now I will double click to it and I will change it to a number, so maybe something like that. Alright. Now I will just duplicate this FX in here, you see, so I will just press Alt, so I will make a copy of it, and I will drag it and I'll put it in this type in here, and again Alt, drag it and put it in here. Now I will duplicate this star in here. Let's call this star. So I can just press Alt and drag one in here, and then I'll press Ctrl T. Press Ctrl T, and I will just resize it like so. And I will put one in here. I will rotate it a little bit. Okay, press enter, and I will change the color to this white in here, maybe something like that. Okay, now I will duplicate it by pressing Alt again, and I will make one in here and another one over here, and the last one I will put it in here. Alright, now the last thing we do, we'll put a text, and I will just type premium, and I will just change it by double click, and this time I will choose Myriad Pro, and I will choose this one in here. Alright, and press Ctrl T, because I need a thick type, because I will just I will make a letterpress effect to it, so I will show you how to do that. So I'll just double click to it, and this will load the lifestyle dialog, and I will make sure the fair opacity set to 0. That's the first thing, and then I will choose a satin, and the opacity I will make it 25, and it's okay to keep it in multiply, and the distance I will put it, let's put 4, and the size I will put 70. Now I will make a color overlay, so I will choose a black color, and then I will put the opacity to 15, sorry, and I will make an inner shadow, and I will make the opacity to 50, and I will use global light, and I will put the distance to 1, and the size I will make 2, as you can see. Now the last thing, I will put a drop shadow, and I will change the color to white, and I will make the blending mode to linear dodge add, and I will put the opacity to maybe 25 or 30%. Now I will uncheck to use global lights again, and I will put the distance to 1 and the size to 2. Maybe I will reduce the opacity like 24, and I will press OK. And as you can see, let's give it this laser press effect, and now I will just duplicate it by pressing Alt, and I will drag one in here, and I will just delete this one, and I will just double click to it, and I will type quality, and now the last thing we'll do, we'll add a strip texture to this whole thing in here. So how we're gonna do that? So it's easy to do. We can just go to this file that we create in the beginning in here, and we just duplicate it, and we put it in top of everything in here. As you can see, now we just right click, and we choose convert to smart object, and then we double click to it, and we set the fill opacity to 0, and then we choose a pattern overlay, and then we choose this same strip that we used, and then we change the blending mode to linear burn, and as you can see, this will give it this nice strips effect to it, and we press OK. As you can see, it's really clean. Like if you want to make it even stood out, you can just duplicate it and put this one in here to multiply, and the other one in here, keep it in linear burn. As you can see, this will give it this more really nice effect to it. And if you want to put it in PNG, you can just select every file in here and press Ctrl G to put it in a folder, and then you just right click and choose convert to smart object, and double click to smart object, and this will open in a separate window where it's PNG, and you can just go to file, save as, and choose PNG and just save it. And if you want to change the color, you can just apply a hue saturation to it and choose colorize, and as you can see, you can make it whatever color you want. So you can just play with that, maybe blue. Alright, so something like that. Okay, and here you go. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and it was a little bit helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, and wait for more videos to come, and have a nice day.